Hi everyone, it's Lavinia and welcome to my channel and today's video. I am going to be adding to this compilation page as part of Inktober 2025 this Zentangle called either Tripoli or Tripoli. This is where I've drawn it on the bijou tile as well as on this Inktober calendar. And this was part of a kit that I bought from Kelly Bluen at Minutes of Zen. And I just didn't get a chance to add it to the compilation page because it was a little bit of a longer video. So I decided I'm going to add it here in this section. I've already gone and drawn just a light outline in pencil, so I know that that's where I would like to put it. And I am going to be adding graphite to this particular design to meld, so to speak, with the other tangles. I'm going to be using my Artist Loft pens. I have a 0.3 and a 0.5. And of course I have my graphite pencil and my blending stump. So let's go ahead and get started. I think I'm going to start with the 0.5. And these are really triangles that come together in the Juora, and you can use different designs. I'm going to use this particular one just to keep it going here on the page. So I'm going to start just with the triangle like that. And then I'm going to go ahead and give it an aura. And I'll draw my second triangle. The sides can be wavy, they can be straight. And then let's go ahead and give this one an aura. And then come on down. And let's give this one its aura. Like that. And this one will have an aura. And then here, these two sides will have their aura. Like that. And then I'll go ahead and connect that like that. And I'll come ahead and just drop that in. And now we're just going to go ahead and continue. So maybe over here, I'll give this its aura. So this one here will have an aura. And this one will have an aura. So I'll have them meet there. And perhaps that just meets off separately there. And that's just really what you're just going to continue doing for this particular section. My triangle sides are not necessarily straight. That will have an aura there, and then there will be an aura here. There would be an aura here and an aura there. An aura and an aura. This little piece here would also have an aura. This will have its aura, and that would be the side of the triangle, and then its aura. That will have its aura there, and then this would also have its aura here. So I think that is it as far as for all the pieces. I'm just going to go ahead now and just connect where I have that pencil line drawn in. Just like that. And then where these little spaces are, I can always ink that in. So that just connects to that. Okay. And now from here, you can decide. Again, there's plenty of different motifs that you can try. For example, for this triangle, you can maybe do something like that. You can try in drawing in the sides like that, maybe putting in circles. But I'm going to go ahead and draw this on here. So I think I'm going to go with my 0.3, which is just a finer line. And what we're going to do is just from point to point in each triangle. Go ahead and do that. And then just going to draw some additional lines within those spaces. And you can add more. Okay, just like that. And then what I did is I added just that little orb in the center. And in those little spaces, I just inked it in. So on this piece, I am going to add the graphite. So we'll take a look and see what that looks like. They don't have to be even. You can come down the middle if you wanted to first, and then draw the lines on either side. Or you can start from the top or the bottom, and then just add the lines that way. Add your circle, and just ink in those little remaining triangles. If you decide to draw this, or maybe a different motif, I would definitely love to see it. Let me know in the comment section. What yours turned out looking like. Because this is one Zentangle I may try additionally, just different motifs just to see what they turn out looking like. There's just so many combinations I think that we can do with this particular Zentangle. I think this goes really pretty with puffles right here. And the beauty of Zentangle is the repetitive motion. You don't need the repetitive pattern. You don't need drawing skills. I know sometimes folks think, oh, I don't know how to draw. I can't draw. These are just simple. There are no mistakes. Use your pencil first if you wanted to do that. Sorry for the silence, but I'm just thinking, for example, I can come back and make that a little bit bigger if I wanted to. If it goes over, I'm not worrying about that because it'll be inked in anyway. So if you're following along, how is yours coming? There will be just a little portion of that circle there, and then I'm just going to ink that area. And let's see. They don't have to have the same number of lines. Forgot to put that little circle in here. So this would come here. This would end up going there, like that. I think I'm going to fill this in a little bit more. I don't want too much of that circle there. Okay, that works out. Then let's see, this one would come this way. That would probably come somewhere like that. So and you can start to see like this flower shaped pattern here. And this last one. And I think then there's just this one here, which I'm just going to go ahead and ink it that way and that way. Okay, looks like I have still some areas here. And that is it. I think we are done with the drawing part of it. Very pretty. Again, if you add color to this or use different pens, different ink pens, I think that would be lovely too. So let's just go ahead now and just add some of the graphite. This is a 2B pencil that I just happen to have on hand here. I think I'm going to add it here to these corners. Sort of where these flower shapes are. And grab my blending stump. Just gives it a little bit more depth by having that graphite pencil added to it. Really pretty tangle. So hope you give this one a try. Let me also know in the comment section, are you participating in this or joining in this and also creating a compilation page? So that is fun. So there we go. Thanks so much for joining me in this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.